Welcome to another Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous. I'm Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo, your host. Sorry for not being around, folks. My voice has just been giving me a hell of a time, and trying to sit here and do one of these videos and not sound like a total robot has been an issue. But I'm going to do it today anyway, because a lot has gone on. So first off, there hasn't been a Ben's Day this week, but there will be. I have set up a time on Friday with Ben Lesnick, of course, to get that done. I have again dismissed, postponed, forgot, moved away from doing an Ask Sandy this week because of my voice. I also worked a bunch this past week, and I'm not going to make excuses. I happen to love my job, so I did something I love, or I do something I love, and I get paid for it. But that kept me away from the game. Well, nothing kept me away from the game or games. It just kept me away from doing videos because I didn't want to sound like I do right now. So I've talked about this before. Hopefully, as of the 23rd, everything gets taken care of. Tonight, I got back after seeing a movie. I went out to the movies with my children. I thought I was going to be going to see the Captain America Civil War movie, but the theater had stopped playing it as of tonight because of an opening of another movie. When I first heard about Warcraft, I was playing World of Warcraft and I was still very much addicted to the game. I followed development of the movie along until I stopped playing World of Warcraft. I don't dislike the game, and mainly I just stopped playing World of Warcraft because I didn't like how it was enveloping my life. It was the only game I was playing, and I was playing it all the time. That was just freaking awesome how that wing was spinning round and round as I flew past it. I'm in my Saber tonight. I tried to get some footage of 2.4, but I crashed a couple of times inside of it, and I decided to do what I like to do from time to time, and that was to go into Vandal Swarm. So let's go back to Warcraft. I looked at my boys and said, well, Captain America's not playing. Do you want to go see another movie? Warcraft is playing. My son, who has been playing Overwatch, who got me into Overwatch, and he's been playing Overwatch since it came out, he immediately said, yes, let's go see it. My other son was like, yeah, I'll see it. So we went. All right, so I made the mistake of looking at Rotten Tomatoes before we went, and it had a 22%. And I wholeheartedly understand, and if I had not been an addicted World of Warcraft fan, I probably would have given it a 22%. But I am a fan of the movie, so I absolutely loved a lot of the movie. I can't say it was the best movie. It's got a lot of issues. Its primary issues are character development. If you were not a World of Warcraft player and had not taken part in I guess you could say the character stories, the lore of World of Warcraft, this movie would have left you with, who are these people? Now, being on tons of Karazhan raids and playing from the Horde side and loving the story of Thrall, I kind of knew the characters that were in the movie. And we're just going to leave it at that because I don't want to give you spoilers. So for me, I felt like the movie was good. It was good because I got to see in full, rich movie loveliness Stormwind, Goldshire, Elwyn Forest. I got to see the Blasted Lands. I got to see Deadwind Pass. I got to see Dalaran. I got to see Ironforge, even though it was just for a second. But if you had never played World of Warcraft and known the lore, if you had never played World of Warcraft at all, the story did a very poor job of developing who the characters were. And that's typical of American movies today. And I really have to say that it's disappointing that they put so much effort into making sure that the special effects and the action scenes are perfect, and little effort into developing characters and storylines and saying, why are we here? That's a big issue to me. Nonetheless, I would say if you're a Warcraft fan, that would be a great movie. And, I'm going to say I'm probably going to buy it when it comes out. And it did leave me wanting more. Now, for those of you that don't know what the movie's about but want to go see it, just know it's about the time before the Warcraft storyline starts. So before the Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, I guess you would call them real-time strategy games, but God, why doesn't Blizzard do another one of those? That would be amazing if they did. All right, so I got home and I wanted to play World of Warcraft, but I said, you know what? It is a social game, and I haven't played it in so long. I'd rather go and play a game that I know I'm going to be playing for a long time. So I said, Chris Roberts builds characters. Chris Roberts builds a universe. He builds a story. And although the movie Wing Commander wasn't great, it was good, kind of like Warcraft. But his movies his games are amazing to me. So I think it was 2.4.0T was released today, and I immediately jumped into it. I jumped into it, and I wasn't disappointed. Things were working well. Everything was gorgeous. I jumped into the main universe. I took out my saber. I got in my saber. I went over to the ICC probe. I went from the ICC probe to the first mission area, and the game locked up. And I started over again. Same thing happened again. Am I disappointed? Absolutely not. Because the game has finally come to a point where from this point forward, everything is going to be in a quicker pace. You're in a time when the most important piece of the game is being put in, which is persistence and the economy. And that is going to take a lot of work for them to make sure it does work with all the people that are playing right now and with all the systems that are in, and to make sure that when they do make it work, there was a graphical glitch there, that when they do make it work, that's easy to upgrade as they add new features into the game. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I know that they're going to get it right. I feel that they're going to get it right. And then I jumped into Arena Commander. And I don't know. It's just like, I know that Arena Commander is going to be more like Squadron 42. That Squadron 42 is going to have this mini universe that you jump into. And things are going to just work a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, because they don't have to have all this persistence in it. It doesn't have to have all these jump points in it. It just has to have whatever that mission needs in it. And I just absolutely love Chris Roberts scripted games. And this just gave me more of a burn for when Squadron 42 is going to come out in the next year. And I can't wait for it. I think this is some of the best graphics in a game you'll ever see, where you can take a space fighter and just have some amazing combat against AI. I mean, this was just incredible. And I feel good tonight because I know that it's getting close. Most of you are probably in the Star Citizen universe for Star Citizen, the persistent universe. That player-run economy, player-run reputation, player-run world, right? I said player-run quite a lot. But that's going to take the most technical expertise around to get working right. But from the beginning, I've just been dying for a new Wing Commander-esque game. And every day that I see this game progress, I see us get closer and closer to that particular type of game. Oh, there goes a wing. I can look back now to when I first saw Wing Commander and I had an Amiga and it wasn't going to work on my Amiga. I didn't have a PC. I didn't want a PC. I wanted my Amiga. I loved my Amigas. And being that I've been a video editor, a photographer, a graphic person for most of my life, that really suited my needs back then. But then I saw Wing Commander and had to have it. And when you go back and you look at Wing Commander and you can watch my videos and Scott Manley's videos and how we've done this, and when you watch it, you go, really? That was it? Well, for then, it was amazing. And opening the box and getting the tiger's claw, that publication that would be on the actual tiger's claw, oh my God, just reading through all that content and learning the different things about the ship and the universe, the lore behind it, that was just the most incredible piece. And when I look at Chris Roberts' games, I can tell you that every one of his games had that full richness, that immersion, that draw to it. And that's what I long for. And I'm hoping that Squadron 42 kind of filters into Star Citizen. That Star Citizen doesn't just become another one of those MMOs where you kill the same person over and over and over and over again until you're blue in the face, where people fight for, different loot. And I know it's not going to be, but that's what MMOs have turned into. I mean, you have two multiplayer game, online game types these days. There's the Call of Duty, Battlefield, Team Fortress, and Overwatch type, where you go and you beat each other up until you're blue in the face, and you have fun at it. And, I knocked Overwatch to my friends, and I absolutely love it at this point. But that's one type. And the other type is the grind and, go through the same storyline over and over again. I'm hoping that Chris Roberts is able to take everything that he does in his scripted mission campaign-based single-player games and is able to add that little bit of extra, I'm here in a living, breathing universe that changes with everything I do. And I know that's the premise behind Star Citizen. When you get 1 million people playing, oops. See, in this round, I'm going to interrupt myself here, I never really got shot down. I just died by flying through debris of ships I killed 3 times. And you know what? I didn't feel bad about that. Some people would be frustrated. I just think it looked cool. So I know that you're saying, duh, this is what Chris Roberts is doing. He's bringing this type of a game to us where things do matter when you go and blow one person up. But we're close to 1 million citizens right now. And it's hard to feel significant in a crowd of 1 million. Even though you could affect change, I think things are going to be a little bit different. Look at that. Those are all the people hitting my shields. You see all that? Those are hits on my shields. Look at that. That is pretty freaking cool. I'm sorry. I am just looking at this game and just falling in love with it. Let's put it this way. I know that Star Citizen is going to be amazing. And I know it's going to take time to get there. But God, I just can't wait for Squadron 42. I long for those days. God, I wish Chris Roberts owned the Wing Commander universe. Because I would have loved to see Colonel Blair, blue hair, back in action. But instead, we're going to see Old Man. That's what, I think that's what the call sign of Mark Hamill's character is going to be in the game. I seem to be getting to the ramble point of my video. And instead of letting you watch me die 3 times by flying through my own debris fields, or my kills debris fields, I'm going to just bid you adieu. I'm really looking forward to things over the next couple of weeks. Don't forget, Dragonfly is coming up. The Buccaneer sale is now over. So Dragonfly is your opportunity to get a low-price ship that's probably going to be like a snub-nosed fighter. And I hope to God they show us that it's going to be carried by the Caterpillar. That's what I'm looking forward to over the next couple of weeks, finding out. This should be live as soon as they work out the last few bugs. What they are, I don't know. But tomorrow I will ask Ben if he doesn't already tell us on Reverse the Verse in the morning if they're going to release us a go, no go, or whatever they call it, the holds or bugs that are keeping it back over each week, so we know where the status of 2.4 is. We're getting closer to Gamescom, getting closer to CitizenCon, and let's not forget that CIG will be in my hometown of Atlanta for DragonCon. Those are really cool events coming up, and I hope there will be some of you out there to help me get content from the ones I can't attend. And with that said, folks, you all be safe out there. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Batgirl to help support the show. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.